Well, this is exciting. My 20th book is out. 20 books, 20. And it's a kid's book for once. And what happens, my daughter, Kyla, she's 20 years old, going to university for English Lit, actually. I don't know why. And she said, yeah, Dad, you should write a kid's book. And I go, what should the kid's book be about? And she goes, what about, kids going off in the wilderness on a canoe trip, and that canoe trip helps cure anxiety. And she gets that, I get that. So I went, yeah, this is really good. And that same moment, in fact, the same week, what happened, this is like 2 years ago, by the way, when she had this idea. I got an email from an illustrator, Cliff McArdle, and didn't know him. And he just said, yeah, I did a sketch of you, an illustration of you, Kevin. Oh, it's kind of cool. And this guy works for TV and stuff like that. I don't know how much of TV shows, TV cartoons and stuff. And he also did one of Jim Baird. He did one of Bill Mason. He did one of Ray Mears. He did one of Justin Barber. He did one of Adam Schultz. And I looked at his website. I go, man, you're good. You're really good. He goes, yeah. I'm working on an idea of a kid's book. I've always wanted to write a kid's book about high anxiety going off into nature. I went, really? Really? And he gets it. I get it. My daughter got it. And he goes, yeah, I just don't have a writer. I went, you got yourself a writer. So around 2 years ago, we started working together. And during that process, if you want to know the process of writing a book and writing a children's book, yeah, I approached my publisher, Firefly. Great people, worked for them for years, so many guidebooks and other books. And they loved his work. They loved Cliff's work, but they just like, yeah, the whole idea, anxiety in nature, really? Would that sell? I'm not sure. And so I went to other publishers. Scholastic was one of them too. They really liked the artwork, but the idea of high anxiety, going to nature, curing that, and then a bunch of others too. And I just gave up. I went, you know what? I'm going to do this, what I did before. I'm going to self-publish. And I self-published before with my memoir, Another Bend on the River, and also Once Around Algonquin. And I did that through Ingram Spark. It's a print-on-demand company. And yeah, I started working on that. Now, that's a huge process because you have to invest money in that. So I invested in an editor. Always trust an editor that is an editor, not your mom or your grandma. And Kathy Fraser, she's edited my stuff for like 30 years. She's always been my editor. So she became the editor, and I paid her. So it's really important. You pay that person for their work because they're really good at what they do. And then Jill Steed, she's the designer. I've worked with her for many, many years as well, and paid her to design the book. So that design and edited version with the illustrations went to Ingram, and then they printed on demand. Self-published, print on demand, and I got the proof copy. And what we did is we told the story about Paul, a preteen kid, quiet, shy kid that actually is taken on a canoe trip by his Uncle Roy. Now, Uncle Roy is not the salvation in this book. He's just the person that actually opens the door for Paul to go on a canoe trip, because when he was a kid, he went on a canoe trip and loved it as well. And he explains why in the book. It actually is the three characters, the animal characters, the bear, the squirrel, and the fox that actually help Paul along, subconsciously, or not subconsciously, but unknowing to Paul that this is going on. And it's nature that is actually helping Paul be more comfortable out there, to thrive out there instead of survive, not Uncle Roy, okay? And yeah, Paul does not want to go. He's very nervous at first. He's very high anxiety. He thinks he's going to get attacked by a bear. The bugs are going to be bad. The weather's going to be bad. His phone's not going to work. So he's not wanting to go at all. And Uncle Roy, again, is saying, well, come on, give it a try. Give it a try. And there's a whole bunch of things that happen along the way. They meet a camp group that are all enjoying themselves. And actually look at the leader of the camp group. That'd be interesting when you read the book. Just trying to characterize the leader in there with the group. And he's wondering why they're having so much fun. And later on he gets it, that they actually are comfortable with their surroundings, where he is not at that point. Then he runs rapids, enjoys that. Then he actually finally makes his own meal for Uncle Roy while Roy's sleeping. And then he starts enjoying himself. And you see his character change, but also his physical formation change. You'll notice that when you read the book. And it's amazing. So what happens at the end is that Paul is enjoying himself to the point that he doesn't want to go home. And the animal characters are like, way to go. We've done it again. We've helped humans be more comfortable, because all humans are born from wilderness. So once they actually go back to wilderness, they become their true selves. So it's out. It's amazing. And Cliff, he's an amazing illustrator and great to work with. And yeah, I don't know what else to say except actually order it. You can order it on Amazon. You can order it on Indigo. You can order it in Barnes & Nobles. Anywhere books are sold, bricks and mortar libraries, bookstores in your own hometown. Just say Ingram Spark. That's the printer. And it's on Amazon. In the UK, it's on Amazon. In the US, it's on Amazon. In Canada, it's on Amazon. And wherever you order, it's printed. So if I'm a Canadian, I order off Amazon.ca. It's actually printed in Canada. And same with the US and same with the UK. So you're not having to pay shipping across the sea if you're in the UK. You're not shipping it from the US or whatever you're getting in the UK. Boy, I sound like a salesperson. Anyway, a little nerve-wracking because a lot of investment in this, my own investment, but I believe in what I did. I actually created Kevin Callan books, right? I'm not knocking the people that actually thought it was a bad idea, but I thought it was a good idea, so I went for it. And sometimes in life, you have to take on the portage, knowing that there's going to be good trout fishing in the end. Thanks a lot, and hope you get a copy. And when you do, let me know what you think.